The Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, where the latest and greatest in tech comes to show off.
It's a golden age for consumers because we are now so used to the idea that we get better and cheaper products all the time.
This is Larry Downs. He co-authored a new book called Big Bang Disruption, and he knows why tech success is faster and more fragile than ever before. Take the GPS device, for example. That did away with paper maps. But then Google came along. It already had mapping data and the Android devices and a data connection. It didn't take much to suddenly give people navigation apps on their smartphones for free.
And when they arrived, millions of people had them in a matter of weeks or even months. So for the companies that were making the traditional GPS devices, people like TomTom and Garmin and Magellan, there was no time for a competitive response. Increasingly, across industries, new products and services enter the market both better and cheaper than existing products. Consumers will jump ship, sometimes overnight.
Here's how it used to be.
New technologies enter markets in kind of a bell curve. You get some early adopters, and then you get a nice, segue into mainstream markets, traditional, regular consumers.
This meant companies could take time to get things right. Take, for example, that slow evolution of the personal computer.
What's happened is that bell curve has been kind of squashed and stretched at the same time. And so within a matter of maybe months, you've pretty much got the whole market you're ever going to get has adopted that product or service already.
So a company changes the game really quickly, but then people want the next big thing.
And it happens faster all the time. Yeah, once you've done it, you can't sit back and start collecting royalties for the next 100 years like maybe they used to do in the old days. You need to be ready to be disrupted yourself.
Take Microsoft's Kinect device, which allowed people to control their gaming console through movement.
And the market loved it. It was sold by the millions almost immediately. But very quickly, of course, everybody who had an Xbox 360, pretty much had a Kinect.
The market was saturated. So Microsoft opened up the software, allowing developers to create non-gaming uses for the device. Microsoft disrupted itself. So back to CES and its rows of gleaming gadget goodies aiming to disrupt. What does a guy like Larry Downs look for?
I'll head for the edges. And what they're doing may not be ready yet, but you can sort of see the potential in their eyes. Those are the ones then I'll start to watch as the next year unfolds.